It's official. You're watching Runway DFW live from Dallas Love Field. 10 minutes after we promised you we would start, but we're here nevertheless. Thank you for hanging out while we set up. We're at a very minimal configuration this morning because of time constraints. So we'll do what we can. We've got overcast skies. It's going to be another scorcher here in Dallas Fort Worth, but we're here while it's still reasonably pleasant to be outside. So, welcome to Runway DFW at Dallas Love Field. Well, here's our situation this morning. We've got just 2 cameras. Normally we have 3 or 4, but not today. We don't. Traffic controls. So let's get you all set up. We've got one runway operation, but for the next month or 2, there's going to be only one in here. It is this 1-3 right over there. And so everything happens. I see Southwest Airlines 240. 700. There is terminal. Flight 1 to Houston is 737 MAX 8. Is also beginning its southerly journey to Houston. Attached to my head. You can see the skies, and it's really overcast this morning. I was hoping we'd get a good shot of the moon. You can see it. There it is. Shrouded in clouds. I don't know that we're going to see any more. A nice full moon would have been a great backdrop. We're going to get shaded out of the clouds. You're all that concerned about clouds. We like clouds here. It's hot. Summertime. Pre-dawn skyline of Dallas. Let's see. There's a message from MJ Skyline Photography. Did number for 3 months. MJ said, Memphis. Okay. I think this is a consequence of setting up in a gigantic hurry. 3729 coming in from Phoenix, Arizona, 737-700. As we get all squared away here at Dallas Love Field, see our Mod Beaker and Honeydew says the mic is now on. Great job, Walt. Yeah, great job for turning on your microphone. What a professional. Okay, let's see if I can get our scanner going. So there's a little more ambient atmosphere here, so stay by and I'll be right back. We'll do some more music here while I get things ready. Up here. So I think we're pretty much set for a low budget broadcast from Dallas Love Field this morning. Now let me catch up on what we're trying to show you here. We're a little light on content right now. Not to worry, we will persevere. Let's check in with our viewers. There's Gerard over there from the Netherlands. A big hello and a great pleasure to have you on board again. He's speaking to Chad Hart, one of our viewers. Bim Routcliffe says the sound system needs more coffee. And no coffee yet today. Chad Hart says it sounds great now. All right. Becky Davies says, hi, you all. Hope you're doing okay, my friend. He says the background music sounds great. Honor Wimbry, our young pilot, who we see on a regular basis over at Dallas Fort Worth International Airport, says hello, y'all. Hello there. There's Josh Aldrich up in Oklahoma City, says definitely hear the planes. So I guess we're doing okay. But MJ Scandal says lots of wind noise. Not that much wind today. But we are using a little different microphone for our background ambient sound. All right, a few trades out says can't hear me because of the background noise. Well, I'll do the best we can. Again, this program, I'm proud to say, we got set up, we got on the air within about 12 minutes of getting here, which to me is a tremendous new record. Now, I'm not very proud of that, but I reset my alarm once or twice because I was up so late last night because I had to work at my other job. I was there till like 10 o'clock at night, and then I had an hour drive back home. So that's my excuse. I'm sticking with it. Looking over to the east, we've got a very pink sky. There's our secondary camera there. The only one I could set up in a real hurry. And yes, we have no planes right now. Peeking on a hangar across the way. Chad Hart says Dallas looks like a beautiful city. Thank you, Chad. I kind of mashed together your name, Chad Hart. I made it Chart. Well, there's some wake-up music. Disco. Well, you see there what looks to be our first departure of the morning. That is going to be flight 240 Southwest Airlines going to Las Vegas at 737-700. If you're new to Dallas Love Field, it is the home of Southwest Airlines in much the same way that DFW Airport is the home of American Airlines, and just about everything we see here, at least commercially, is going to be in the Southwest Airlines colors. So we'll dispense with the music once the action starts. As I said, because we're down to one runway here at Dallas Love Field, which there's normally two runways here. We've only got one going right now, so everything happens right in front of us. All right, we'll pipe down our musical interlude until later in the broadcast, maybe when we have our traditional chat extravaganza. So, once again, we are awaiting the departure of Flight 240 to Las Vegas, 737-700. We've got south flow going today, so the planes will be taking off to the south, or more accurately to the southeast, because that's the way this runway is angled. Last time we were here, we did catch a Delta 717 headed out. Delta flies in here too, along with Alaska. Alaska has just, I think, a couple of flights. Delta has more, but not very many in relation to what Southwest dishes up from here. Let's check the weather here, shall we? A little weather bug, which pops in. I think we've got this one set for Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, but Dallas-Fort Worth Airport is not that far away from us, so we'll just pop this in and see that it's 83 degrees over at DFW Airport. Winds out of the east-southeast at 4 miles an hour. Wind gusting to 13. Visibility 9, it's always 9 miles. I think there's something wrong with that. Got a very nice glow descending on downtown Dallas right now. So we'll look at that. We're up a little higher than we were here last time. Just 7 o'clock here at Dallas Love Field Airport. If you're just joining us, you're watching Runway DFW at Dallas Love Field. And you may have heard an incoming aircraft being cleared for landing. Where is it on the radar? We've got a Central Air Southwest Aero Commander 500B. Looks like an interesting aircraft. It left Wichita almost 2 hours ago. This looks to be looking at the picture of it here, a twin-engine aircraft. Whoa. I don't even have a jingle for this one. The plane we're about to see dates back 63 years to the year 1961. So this will be interesting. You do get to see some interesting planes here at Dallas-Fort Worth in between all the Southwest aircraft. So a 1963 Aero Commander 500B. I don't see it yet. We'll share it with you here on Runway DFW as soon as we get it in our sights. Still a little bit out. In the meantime, we've got Flight 1, Southwest Airlines. I think we mentioned this earlier. It seems to be pushing back from the gate going to Houston. We don't see the gates of Dallas Love Field from where we are. So we await the arrival of this Aero Commander. Still a few minutes away. So let's take a look at the tower in the early morning light here. Say hello to the flight controllers. Good morning to you. Glad you're up there, keeping track of things. Boeing 777 pilot says good evening from Australia, everyone. Currently 10 p.m. on the east coast of Australia. Glad to have you here. Kevin Kelly says good morning. Hello to you, Kevin. And we're now going to switch over and see if we can bring you this 1961 aircraft coming in on final. We can have some focus issues at this time of day, but let's see what we can do here. This is most definitely one of the oldest aircraft we have had the privilege of bringing you here on Runway DFW. Again, this came in from Wichita. But 8 years old when this plane first took to the skies. Barnes says, good evening all from Melbourne, Australia. Hello, Devin. MJ Scanlon Photography says, we had an Aero Commander at my A&P school. Nice plane for its time. Well, that one at least is still flying around. There's Bill Platt. Says hello, lovely people. Bill, one of our moderators. Thank you, Bill. Rachel W. said, that was a neat little plane. As it pulls into park. Beautiful morning here. The sun is just now rising. See reflected on the buildings. Mark Pell wants to know, anyone else old enough to remember Bob Hoover flying this model Aero Commander aerobatically in air shows? I'd probably go back that far, but I wasn't paying attention to air shows, I guess, at that time. Things around to get you a view of the lovely sunrise here. Again, we've got overcast skies for the most part. Well, for probably about, I'd say about a 80% cloud coverage here this morning. And it looks as though mercifully for us, the sun is about to rise behind a cloud deck, which may give us a little relief here in the early morning hours. Lori Smith says, I'm running out of opportunities to say the phrase, I was born yet, but yay, not born yet for that 61 plane.
58 on the RNAV whiskey, correct direct.
1458, good morning, Sarnia, left right, clear to land, wind 110, I've checked.
Clear to land, 13 right, southwest, 4250.
So you heard it here on Runway DFW. We've got a plane coming in. So we'll switch back. Again, we don't have the luxury of a great number of cameras today, so you'll just see the same two cameras back and forth as we say hello to our first DART light rail train of the day. So it's set to be the green line headed north. The gates are down. And there it goes. We'll position ourselves to bring you the next departure. It looks like Flight 1 to Houston, the MAX 8, is somewhere down there at the end of runway 13 right. So we'll be seeing that presently. I do see in the sky, coming in, Flight 4258. Again, this is a Southwest Airlines plane we're looking at. Most of them going to be that. From Tulsa, 737-700 is now on final approach, it looks like. This will be the next activity here.
Good morning, sorry, one right, just looking at back right in position.
So my autofocus needs some coffee this morning. It'll perk up when it gets a little brighter out. It's almost making a heart shape blur, isn't it? How appropriate for Southwest Airlines. Okie dokie. I love when pilots say okie dokie. broadcasting light. This is like Runway DFW light. Got a couple of flights waiting for takeoff down at the end of 13, right? But I think they've got to wait for flight 611 to come in from Austin. This will be a 737-700. Question, Runway DFW, are you coming to Cranky Dorkfest? And the answer to that musical question is yes, I will be there. And it will be great to see you again if you are going to be there as well, as I hope you are.
Hospital Bay altitude, you guys can proceed directly to aviation costs, make sure let's rest to the 3 departure.
And we get these questions about, I think most of our audience knows what Cranky Dorkfest is, but for those who don't, it's just kind of an assemblage of aviation enthusiasts who meet once a year at the the little park next to the In-N-Out Burger on the northeast side of LAX Airport in Los Angeles. And it's on this year. It's on Saturday, the 14th of September, and there's no admission. So you just show up and hang out, and there's fun to be had, and people to meet, and prizes that are given away. And Kevin of Airline Videos Live has confirmed that he's not going to be broadcasting live this year from there, as he did last year, and I think he had for a year or two earlier. So we may try our hand at that.
Like from 27, with you almost starting the final approach for 13, right?
We've got a Dassault Falcon 2000S coming in from Fort Worth. Very brief flight.
Now, with that arrival, nobody's will be able to get out to 50 exactly per minute.
So we've got flight 1 at the end of the runway, waiting to take off to Houston, max 8. I think the arrival is going to take precedence. And I think I hear a helicopter. I'll swing around real quick here. A better shot of that. Turn our attention back to the north. Going slightly mad, I would like to thank you for being a Twin Jet member for 14 months. She can't believe it's been 14 months. And I can't. Owing to the limitations of our hardware, this is as much of your message as I can put up. Going slightly mad, but... Gerard says, Happy Tuesday! You gotta admit, at least it sounds better than Happy Monday. Ron C says, check mic levels, natural sound is too loud. Let me see here. I will crank it down. I don't have very good feedback on the on my little device here. Let's see.
About 30 seconds to be ready.
Whenever you are ready, runway 1 right, 1 and wait, company right now.
13 right, 1 wait, step up.
Like front 27 will be going to signature.
Perfect, it's left, ground point to 5, take care.
Like front 27.
There's the Dassault Falcon. Alrighty then. I think it's time for flight 1 to take flight. Houston Cotton Airport.
Southwest 1. Have a good one.
Have a good one, Southwest 1. Departures paused now for the arrival of an aircraft we would like to identify as Southwest 4376, arriving from Midland, Texas, 737-700.
At 1,300. If you guys would just a little bit further north to parallel that line, departure will be a citation. Station 928, good morning, turning west right, line of white, south of around.
I'm wing 13 right.
Amazing how the planes are so quiet until they get almost right in front of us. Got a NetJet Cessna 680A, citation latitude. This one is up to 81. Couldn't ask for a prettier sky as the background this morning. That Southwest 1534 going to Chicago Midway Airport on Max 8. Point of view we just don't get at the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport here at Love Field. A mid-runway position from which to see the planes landing and taking off. Speaking of landing, flight 329 from New Orleans. Another 737-700 is just about to touch down. I would like to thank, at this juncture, our channel member Dogwood67, a member for 15 months. Brilliant stream as always. Thanks, Walt, says Dogwood. And I thank you so much for being part of this family for so long.
Chapter 75, Julia, Golf, good morning, what's our anyone right? 1 traffic back up.
Boeing 777 pilot says Flight Radar 24 showing a helicopter over the field, but it's a picture of an American Eagle Saab 340, at least in my head. Well, you know, Flight Radar 24, they do their best. Identify what you just saw. It's American. Southwest Flight 284 coming in from Amarillo, Texas. 737-700. When we come to you from the west, I'm sorry, the east side of the airport, we're on the west side this morning. We can see some of the terminal activities. We can't see them from this vantage point here on the east side, but we still get a pretty good look as we get ready to welcome Flight 347 coming in from San Antonio, Texas. 737-800.
Alright, last 113 every trip here.
Yes, that is JSX off to Houston Airport.
Yeah, can you guys turn right there by any chance to get over to taxi with Lima?
So that was Pilatus PC-12/45 going to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Yeah, let me get Southwest out of here.
Good morning, 11.1 Southwest 115.
Going to Windsor Locks, Connecticut is this CL60. Southwest 2485 going to Atlanta, 737-800. You know, I really can't compete with that flight controller. We had a poll right now. I'm sure you'd rather hear her than me. That was an Aero Commander 500B. Oh, that's the one we saw earlier landing. It's the 63-year-old plane. It sounded like that growl sounded very old-fashioned, didn't it? It was another Embraer 145.
Southbound and then east is cruise from there.
Airline. That one's going to Manassas. It's in Virginia, isn't it? All right, finally we got a little quietude here. We do have flight 3372 Southwest Airlines 737 ready to go to Austin, Texas. Not quite ready yet. I don't know if I acknowledge Ron C's $5 super chat. Walt, all we are hearing is natural sound. Your headset is completely buried. If I can hear myself here. I don't know if I acknowledge Ron C's $5 super chat. Walt, all we are hearing is natural sound. Your headset is completely buried. That's me listening back to myself on YouTube. Yeah, it is a little buried, isn't it? I'll turn down the natural sound a little bit more. This is flight 746 that came in from Atlanta just now. Max 8. flight 3372 off to Austin, 737.
You'll be crossed February 6th right after
700.
Just use caution. You're kind of on the boundary there of the 2000 to the Bravo with the approach. Just walk, maintain VFR. Have a great day.
So I do tell you, as I was setting up with my 10-minute rushed setup, I tried to unfold our table that we normally use, and one of its legs failed me. So we've had to set up this morning on a concrete pylon, which is just adjacent to our viewing position, and the table is folded here.
You guys would just leave a little room. They're probably going to get off the
But that is in order because there's a gap right here which goes down a couple of floors, and I didn't want to lose any cables or components. So the table is being used, just not as it was intended.
Maybe 2 to 3 minutes delay just to finish the runway inspection.
Doing a runway inspection,
Thank you.
which I guess will commence after this plane lands. This is Flight 4 from Houston, a 737-700 from Houston Hobby Airport. Northeast of England. Hope you're all well. Nice camera work. Thank you so much. O'Malley is here this morning. Hello, O'Malley, one of our great mods and channel members. Y'all have to excuse my brevity. I'm not very talented on the iPad. iPad is a great device, but it is, I will admit, it's not that great for using chat on YouTube, because you can't, it doesn't give you the shortcuts as you type in. It doesn't shortcut the names for you, so when you're replying to someone. There's the runway inspection going on 13 right. The fleet of ground operations vehicles here at Dallas Love Field. Taking a look at things, making sure everything's up to snuff. So we've got a pause in the action. Let me do this while we've got a pause in the action. Let me do this. Let my voice go up like that. Let me put in our thank yous. One of the reasons I was up so late last night is because I was doing last minute stuff for our channel. So, and this is one of those things. Our little thank you crawl, where we thank our channel members, and we start with our channel sponsor, Mr. James Webb. Thank you, James, for everything you do for us. He's out on the West Coast, so I'm sure he's sound asleep right now. And we do like to give a shout out to our Quad Jet channel members, and that's what we will do right about now. Give you a view of the Dallas skyline in the background. Quad Jet channel members, as of midnight, here in the Central Time Zone, we've got 757 Chip, A-List Flyer Chris, Alan J, Anna the Dispatcher, Beaker and Honeydew, who's been here with us this morning, Beve, Cubs Win, Deborah Klein, Dwayne C, James Webb, Josh Aldrich, also with us this morning, Kai, Kevin Kelly, saw him in the chat, KS App Geek, Lori M, Michael Flannery, I got your name right this time, Michael, Michelle RS, Mike G, Pete Nordine, R. Bauer 25, Raina Taylor, S35 Bonanza Pilot, Sarah Deal, the real deal, from Boston, Skittles, Steve Lundaby, and Will Hutchison. Those are our Quad Jet channel members, and now for the next 10 or 15 minutes you'll see the names of all of our other channel members as of midnight tonight. Thanks to one and all. So we have quite a quiet moment or two as we wait for the runway inspection to be complete. We do have a plane waiting to take off. It's a Southwest Airlines 737-8, but I don't have a destination or even a flight number for it. It looks like before that we've got a BizJet. It's a FlexJet, Flight 512, going to Bar Harbor, which sounds expensive. Bombardier Challenger 350, rolling down 13 right after the runway inspection. We're on Runway DFW, live from Dallas Love Field. The cloud cover this morning providing a merciful shield from the hot summer sun. We've been having triple-digit temperatures for I can't remember how many days in a row now. But that's where the sun is right about now as we look to the east. All covered up cozily by those clouds. Michael Flannery thanking me for pronouncing his name correctly. You know, for some reason, coming out of my mouth, I would see the M and I would say Michelle for some reason, and I don't know why. But it's Michael Flannery. Carolyn Crowder says, good morning, Walt, and all the Runway DFW family. Jacob Sharp says, alrighty, off to school I go. Have a good day, Walt. And viewers. So thank you, Jacob. Have a good day at school. Jake says, hi, y'all. And Chromazine gives us a wave. I don't think I've seen Chromazine in here before, so hello to you, Chromazine. That's us atop the parking garage, one of the parking garages here at Dallas Love Field. And here now is visual proof of where we are. See, it says Dallas Love Field. There's the tower. Mary Extraordinaire is here, says, good morning, Walt. You know what I'm waiting for. Chatstravaganza. Well, I don't mean to disappoint you, Mary, but Chatstravaganza is not going to be very long today because I don't have very much to pack up because we're operating under a very limited setup. Kind of, probably. Probably similar to what we'll have when we are on our sojourn to Los Angeles and South Korea coming up next month. Stephanie says, "You have clouds, rain. Texas needs rain." I don't know if I saw any rain in the forecast, but we definitely have clouds today, and that is, well, at least during our little broadcast here this morning. Well, there's nothing else to look at. Let me give you a little bit of our preview of what's coming up next month here on the channel. Yes, we're going to be flying to Seoul. We're going to be flying on the Airbus A380 Korean Air. These are pictures from when I was in Korea 8 years ago. The last time I was there. That's Incheon Airport. So anyway, Runway DFW at large will be headed out to on a big extravaganza to Seoul. All the excitement of a major metropolis in Asia, and we'll be bringing you regular reports. There's me. 8 years ago anyway, me. So we'll be showing you some of the sites. We'll be doing all sorts of broadcasting, I hope, as long as we can get a signal, and if we can't, we'll just do recorded things for you. Coming up next month here on Runway DFW at large. Hope you can join us. I'm looking forward to taking you with me to see for the first 2 days of my trip, the 17th and 18th of September. At least those are the days that I'll be in Seoul. I'll be at a hotel overlooking the airport. So we should have daytime shows from there. The main diagnostics. I believe this is a plane that ferries medical tests from point to point. Delta 717 pop up on the screen here. Yeah, so we do have a Delta 717 lined up. It'll be flight 2513 going to Atlanta. But before that, it looks like we shall see flight 187 Southwest Airlines going to Nashville 7377. Turn of the century plane from the year 2000. And as you can hear, we've had a switch in the voices coming from the control tower. Christian Uday says, good morning, Walt. Hello there. Mr. Phil 63 says, howdy. And Becky Davies, all very nice, says, Walt, you're the best. So here we go, off to Music City. A nice change of pace to come over here to Dallas Love Field. Setup this morning is a little slapdash, as we didn't get to set up all of our regular assemblage of equipment, but I think it's working. Daryl Ann Monroe says, I didn't see my name below unless my gifted membership has expired. Well, yeah, gifted membership will expire after, I think, 1 month. So that can happen. Daryl comes to us from South Africa. So here is the interesting Delta 717 off to Atlanta. We don't see this plane over at DFW Airport, and it's not very frequently seen anywhere anymore. There's the Boeing version of what started out as the DC-9. And then later the MD-80. was a 20th century plane. We didn't get a chance to give it its due salute. Going back to the year 1999. Right, a quiet moment or two as we wait for the next departure. This is going to be flight 747 going to Los Angeles, California, 737-800. And again, we're back to Southwest Airlines now after that Delta interlude. So we're not going to see any 747s today, but we did see flight 747. Kevin Kelly, one of our great channel members, has gifted 5 Runway DFW memberships. Thank you so much, Kevin Kelly. So, our new members include Carolina Aviation, Esther L. from Canada, Lance D. ATL, Sea Justice, and our friend Pip Hastings Aviation, who has his own YouTube channel broadcasting live from a variety of airports. Welcome to you, Pip. Here comes flight 747. Was that Delta flight 747 as well? I think. No, that was flight. No. So this is flight 747. Okay. So this is our. Best we can do, our Queen of the Skies, Flight 747. Off to the City of Angels. Again, it is quiet. I think we have exhausted our list of channel members, thanks to all of our Runway DFW channel members, names of which you just saw. As of that list was compiled. Oh no, is it over yet? I guess not. Or are we repeating it? Okay, yeah, I think we're back to a repeater, so we'll drop that out. Thanks again to everyone. We will put in our little time bug here. Is that the right one? If it says Dallas Love Field, it'll be the right one. I haven't seen it make... Oh, there it is. Took a little while to pop in there, didn't it? Took a look at a landmark of the Dallas skyline we don't get to see from our normal position at Dallas Fort Worth International Airport. That is Reunion Tower, that round structure there. next to what used to be Reunion Arena. Well, Reunion Arena is not there anymore. They tore that down. That was the original home of the Dallas Mavericks basketball team and the Dallas Stars hockey team. But Reunion Arena was torn down many moons ago. But Reunion Tower continues to stand. I believe there's still a restaurant on top of there and an observation deck where you can get a panoramic view of the Dallas skyline. And we see all these things in lieu of seeing planes because at the moment, as you can tell, we are sans avion. Gina M says that's a cool looking tower. Yeah, it's been there. Where did they put that up? Well, it's been here as long as I've been here, and that's been since the early 80s. I think that went up in the early to mid 70s, if I'm not mistaken. And it looks kind of puny compared to the rest of the skyline, at least from this angle. It's a pretty impressive structure when you see it in person, but if we kind of look over here, there on the left side of your screen is the Bank of America Tower. That's the tallest building in Dallas. And the rest of the skyline over here, which has grown up pretty impressively over the years. And there you have downtown Dallas on Runway DFW. Lance D. ATL says, great views from the restaurant up there. Only been up there once in 1988. You know, the restaurant, I think originally you would sit there and it would... Just heard a... Oh, I see what's happening here. Hang on. There's a ground operations vehicle there. I believe they fired off a... some sort of concussion device, I'm assuming that's what it is, to scare away birds. I could see the smoke rising from whatever they're using to create that sound.
Going weekend, no traffic to the north, please come from about 2 miles. Continue on your route.
But it did sound like a gunshot, I can tell you that. It got my attention. See the ground operation vehicle there with a railroad line with tank cars behind it. I believe it's got the City of Dallas logo on the side, although I can't read what it says on there. It just says aviation, yes. Brandon Rabbit says, morning all, thanks for being on this morning. Great to watch a stream first thing. Stephanie says the Reunion Tower was completed on February the 2 of 1978. So it was finished just about 3 years before I got to town. Let's see what this ground vehicle is doing here now. We don't have any planes to watch at the moment. I hear a horn going off, a horn alarm. Maybe somebody looking for their car. We've all done that in the parking lot, push the little button on our car remote, trying to find where the heck did I park my car. So yeah, one of the things the ground operations teams have to do is to watch out for critters. We've had reports I think it was maybe not the last time we were here, but an earlier time we were here at Dallas Love Field. We had pilots reporting coyotes, or a coyote on the runway. We heard that same or a similar report over at Dallas Fort Worth International Airport not too long ago. But then there's birds, and of course the airport ground operations teams are very concerned about birds, as are pilots, of course, because that's not a very good thing to encounter a jet engine or a propeller for that matter. So we've got Southwest Flight 2417, finally some action here. Flight 2417 to San Antonio in Texas. Down there at the end of 13, right, where that view is a little bit shrouded by shrubbery for us, but there we go. It's a 737, 720-year-old plane. Off on the short jaunt to San Antonio, about 40 minutes maybe. Lost all track of time. 8:19. So we've got about 40 minutes left of broadcasting today on Runway DFW. This has gone quickly. For me, anyway. Before our scheduled broadcast time of 6:30 a.m. Central Time. I had about, I think, 10 or 12 minutes to set up, and because we do have kind of a stripped down setup available to us, I was able to do that. At least get us on the air with a picture. Now, as for sound and everything like that, that took a little longer, but to give you a look at the sky here, I really have no complaints for a summer day, which is going to get very hot because the clouds are keeping the sun off of our back. There. The sun is somewhere behind those clouds, but you can just stay there until we get finished with our broadcast today. You are watching Runway DFW live at Dallas Love Field on this August 20th, 2024. That's a shot of a plane. We were here last time. There was a really beat up looking Southwest 737. Looked like it'd been through a hailstorm or something, but that's what happens sometimes. So once again, we'll go back to our beauty shot here because the other shot with me in it is not the beauty shot. Michelle RS, channel members, she's noticing the beeping in the background. Chromazine says, I want to see some live streams from AFW. That's, I guess they call it Perot Field now, I think, or that's one of the names of it, from Alliance Airport in Fort Worth. I've looked into that as far as doing live streams. The problem is there's not that much traffic there, just as there isn't right here. I guess maybe we're talking about the same kind of thing, but there's no commercial traffic at Alliance. There's corporate jets. There's a lot of cargo. It's our local home for Amazon cargo, and I think FedEx also has a presence out there. But the problem is, I don't think, unless we were there probably in the middle of the night, or every time I've looked at flight radar there, it doesn't look like there's enough activity to support a live broadcast. But I don't know, maybe we'll go over there for the novelty of it at some point. We'll see. Garrett says those horn beeps will be haunting my dreams. I never thought about it that way. Getting ready to take off now from runway 13 right. Touch up the screen, make sure it's there. Yes, you're seeing what I'm seeing. It's a NetJet Cessna 560 XL Citation XLS. This is going to Las Vegas, Nevada. It's a 19-year-old twin jet. I suspect somebody rich is on board there. Wait, there's not. Now there's absolutely nothing down there. Poised to take off. So we're back to yakking, I guess. This is a little slower than the last time, as I recall. We were here at Dallas Love Field. Well, like a lot of airports, they have kind of there are times when there's a lot of activity kind of concentrated because there are planes that are assembling for transfers from one flight to another. You know, I didn't get to acknowledge the 5 memberships that our friend Michelle RS has gifted. Thank you, Michelle RS. Lance D. ATL says it's active at Alliance at 2 a.m. Just stay at the Hampton Inn across the freeway and you'll find out. Trying to sleep, were you, huh? Janelle Wilson says if you are new to DFW or just visiting, you should check out the Dallas City Pass. Visiting the top of Reunion Tower is one of the options with the passes. So there you go, a little tourist tip from Janelle. Thank you. Dwayne C. enjoying the clouds in the Metroplex. Forecast today is 103 to 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Officially hit 107 yesterday. Yikes. Michelle says you're welcome. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle's such a long-term member of the channel, friend of the channel. It seems like an age since I've seen you in person, Michelle RS. Maybe when it's cooler you'll hop over to Founders Plaza. Beaker and Honeydew reminds you, if you're interested in the equipment that I use, please see the description in this YouTube stream. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Beaker and Honeydew, for that reminder. People do wonder that. I always wonder that when I watch other streams. I say, what are they using? How are they doing that? So we've got most of it documented there. I've got a new tripod head, which is the thing which goes back and forth and points at the planes. I've got one of those coming in the mail today. So I've never really been satisfied with this one. It's a good brand, but I don't know. Maybe it's me. There's a Southwest plane parked over at one of the Southwest hangars there on the west side of the airfield. And we have another Southwest plane, Flight 3611, headed to Phoenix, Arizona. That'll be a Max 8, which is now getting ready to take off right over here on runway 13 right. As we approach the final half hour of today's edition of Runway DFW at Dallas Love Field. Seen any of the Southwest Airlines special liveries today. And you may have heard it there on the two-way traffic, Flight 3901 is lining up for takeoff. This is going to Denver, 737-800. More honking horns. Has anybody done a horror movie involving honking horns? Could be a whole new genre. Well, next to emerge from behind the shrubbery here is Southwest Flight 1006, I believe, going to Kansas City. Another 737-700. Just tuning in, well, Southwest Airlines has not taken over at DFW International Airport. We are at Dallas Love Field this morning. Just about 11 miles to the southeast of Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Looks like we got flight 3949 off to Albuquerque. This will be a 737-700 model. 21-year-old aircraft. Southwest Flight 422 is going to be next. This plane is another 737-700. This one is bound for St. Louis. It's a 16-year-old airframe. The temperature is at, but it almost feels cool. But everything is relative here in North Texas in the summertime. We're going to have an arrival. Looks like Southwest 3322 coming in from Midway Airport, a 737-700 will be next to touchdown. Meanwhile, we've got flight 324 off to El Paso, a MAX 8, pulling up. So they've cleared the flight to El Paso to head out just before the incoming flight arrives from Midway Airport in Chicago. So if you're like Mary Extraordinaire waiting for the extravaganza at the end of this broadcast, it's coming up at the top of the hour. Although it will be an abbreviated one because we just don't have a lot to pack up today. I guess you could call it a mini extravaganza. Look who's here today. LA plane spotter Rudy is here in the chat room. And I'm trying to find his initial message. Maybe. Oh, here we go. There's Rudy. Hi, Walt. Just stopping by to say a quick hello before I head out to work. Have a great day. Thank you so much, Rudy. Rudy, of course, is one of the plane jockeys at Airline Videos Live with Kevin. Watched your fine work on Sunday, Rudy. But Rudy's got a full-time job as a educator, a musical educator. What a great career. So Rudy, I'll get to see you next month at Cranky Dork Fest weekend, I hope. Here comes a flight in from Midway. busy and then it's quiet. That's the life of an airport. That was flight 4060 going to the Crescent City of New Orleans on X8. Tech spec says general aviation aircraft know that if you're going to be taking off or landing at Dallas Love Field, you will be taxiing with urgency. That's a good way to put it. Because especially when you're in a one runway operation on a commercial field, you want to get out of the way. Cessna 560 XL, Citation XL. Alright, we've got a plane coming in from Albuquerque, New Mexico. This will be Southwest Flight 1744, a 737-700. 18-year-old bird. Just to be clear, this is all happening on a single runway here at Dallas Love Field. Coming in from Baltimore Washington International Airport is this one. might have been a military issue at one point. I don't know a lot about helicopters. I can tell you here that what's landing appears to be coming in from Nashville. 3563 is the flight number. Max 8 is the plane type. Southwest is the airline. Runway DFW is the UJet channel. Dallas Love Field is Earth is the planet. This could go on. Coming in our direction presently is flight 1879. 737-800. Let's see what we got coming up here. Arriving now, flight 3277 from Birmingham, Alabama, 737-800. And it looks like that will be the next activity here on runway 13 right before any planes can take off. Special livery for you here. I believe that's an extra livery. That was like 4710 to Chicago Midway. Max 8. And now, Flight 4 to Midland, Texas, a 737-700. Which is ready to go here. To be a Honda jet going to New Orleans. A Honda HA 420. Honda jet. 4-year-old plane. Interesting looking aircraft when we get to see it here. There's a pawn shop. Attention. There you go. Single-engine propeller planes. Are there any single-engine jet planes? I guess there are some fighter jets that fall into that category, I guess. Never thought of that before. Scrolling through your messages here. Text spec says Boeing are good looking and iconic aircraft. I hope the new CEO can turn things around. They have had their issues, haven't they, over there at the Boeing Corporation. Some of the private jets that are parked over on this side. Mickey Davey says, right, check guys. And Walter better go. I've got a hummingbird appointment to go to. I'll see you soon. Thank you for being here, Becky. Always good to see you in the chat. Kenneth White says the planes are much louder than I am. Well, they have much bigger engines than I do. But yeah, I may have some level issues here to deal with. I didn't really have a lot of time to check things out before I went on the air. Oh, I know why that is. Okay, I figured out why that was. One of the cameras I plugged in turned on its internal mic, and when it did that, that's what was overpowering our sound. So I'm finding this out now as I'm getting ready to sign off. But at least I've got that figured out now. I apologize for that.
4515, runway 13 right, clear to land.
That was why the background sounded so loud.
Fixed right 550, you guys ready? Fixed right 550, runway 13 right, RNAV 2 door 6, lift, take out, traffic 4 out.
Okay, so we've got that figured out. Here's what was happening. This is our... The camera you're looking at there, that's this. This has a microphone built in. When I plugged it into to my little device, or to the device here, it automatically turned on its sound that it's providing with that microphone. So that was in the background the whole time. I didn't know about it, and that's my bad. We have another JSX. Is it a JSX that we're seeing here? Yes, I think so. Flight 550 going to Denver in Embraer 145. JSX, again, one of the a scheduled charter airline with its own terminal here at Dallas Love Field. And according to Noel Phillips, the great aviation blogger or vlogger, he had a very good experience on JSX. Well, it was kind of a good, bad experience because his wife fell ill in Las Vegas and they needed they needed a way to get back to their home in Houston, and JSX helped them out. From Little Rock, Arkansas, comes flight 4515. This may be about it for us today. So with nary a wide body in sight, we're about to draw this to a close. I would love to stay longer, but my full-time job beckons. And I must get my coffee supply. Here's what happens after I finish up here. I repair to the nearest Starbucks. Well, there's actually a couple of them. The one I favor is on the north side of the airport. So I hang out there for a couple of hours with a cup of coffee and a bagel or something, and then on my lunch hour I drive home, which is about an hour drive from here, and then I settle in for an afternoon of more work. So I don't just goof around when I stop doing this, you know. All right, Southwest headed into the sky. That was Flight 9 to Houston, a 737-700. Do we have one more? We'll have one more. It'll be a Bombardier Global 7500. This looks like a big plane.
Good at 175, runway 13 right on after door 6. Let's take that.
This is going to a place that I think
1417, runway 13 right, clear to land.
Johnny Carson back in the day used to make fun of this California city. Truckee. So it's going to Truckee. And I think in my aviation broadcasting career, I don't think I've ever seen a plane go to Truckee. Who knew they even had an airport? But yeah, it's a big plane. And it gets up in the air very quickly as well.
175, March today. Have a great day, executive 175.
So, all right, that sets us up for Chat Extravaganza. But before we do that, I haven't really played a lot of music today, have I? Been too busy. There's our music. Well, I'd like to thank our channel sponsor, James Webb, of course, as we glance over to a very now increasingly hazy Dallas skyline on this Tuesday morning. So thanks to James Webb for being our channel sponsor. Thanks to all of our channel members. Thank you to Kevin of Airline Videos Live for supplying us with battery power. And those cells will be all charged up for your visit here in October, Kevin. And to our great Moderation Federation out here this morning. There's Beaker and Honeydew. Ms. Wells 13 is there. O'Malley has been joining us. I think we've had... Gerard, of course, is there. So, do I have to repeat that song? I think I do, because haven't finished talking yet. My goodness. But I think that does it for us. Now, Chat Extravaganza is next on the agenda. Chat Extravaganza? What is that? Well, Chat Extravaganza is where you get a chance to watch me pack up while you chat amongst yourselves. And that's how it works. So, we go into Chat Extravaganza mode. I stop talking. I pack things up. This won't take very long because we don't have a lot to do today. But thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time on Runway DFW.
DFW 127.5.
Sure thing, of course, you're talking on the way back.
Okay, so here's what I did. I unplugged the power to our soundboard, and that cut off our music, and I don't know if I can get it back. Maybe I can.
Come along, it's a blast.
Well, I think we timed this out just right because the sun is now breaking through the clouds, and I don't like that, not at all. So let's see, I've got an echo here. What do I do? What do I do? I know what to do. I press this button here. There, I magically stop the echo. Okay, well, I've got to be at work in 7 minutes. Don't think I'll make it, but they'll cut me some slack. In the meantime, we'll be back later this week sometime, I think. Perhaps a night stream, perhaps back at DFW Airport at our usual location. So thank you again for watching this morning. Runway DFW live from Dallas Love Field, and we'll be back soonish, okay? Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking and subscribing and all that, and happy contrails to you until we meet again.
One.